Whether or not you're actually excited for the game itself, it's pretty hard to deny that that Paper Mario announcement was a really big thing. Not just because, well, it's a brand new Paper Mario game and a brand new $60 Nintendo-made Switch game when we didn't have any other ones planned for this year, but additionally, I think this could signal a pretty massive shift for Nintendo's focus, at least in 2020. There were two things that really stuck out to me about the trailer that didn't have anything to do with the actual game itself. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I'm sure you guys kinda know what I'm talking about. The first thing that stuck out to me was how the trailer was released. As in, there was no build-up, no direct, no announcement for the trailer, it was just kinda put out 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. This was just uploaded to Nintendo's Twitter and YouTube, and all the other socials followed shortly thereafter. It's a weird way to see a company announce a game, because normally we get these insane like spectacles. Oh, it's gonna be shown off at this giant presentation. Oh, it's gonna be shown off after this 24-hour live stream of someone making a poster. But no, Nintendo just kind of plopped out the trailer with no real rhyme or reason. On top of that, the other thing of note from this trailer was how close it is, being shown off to the game's actual release. The game is coming out exactly 2 months from the day I'm recording this, July 17th, 2020. That is absolutely nuts. I mean, the fact that it's literally, we're only getting the announcement of this game 2 months before the game comes out, that's unheard of for a AAA studio, at least it seems like. Granted, yeah, we have games like Tetris 99 that release the same day that they come out, but those are all like smaller, like $60 full retail games. That's basically unheard of. However, the fact that both of these really incredibly unorthodox ways to announce a game happened both at the same time for this Paper Mario game, I think it signals a shift for the rest of 2020 and how Nintendo is going to approach this weird, wacky, and crazy year. So with that out of the way, hey guys, it's Thomas from the Switched Up, and I'm just gonna briefly talk about how I think Paper Mario The Origami King signals a shift for 2020 and how we can expect Nintendo to release and announce the rest of their games. So it's impossible to talk about the rest of Nintendo's 2020 without acknowledging the fact that before Paper Mario The Origami King was announced, we knew absolutely nothing for the rest of this year. We knew about Animal Crossing, obviously, but that already came out in March, and we knew about literally nothing besides like Bravely Default 2, I think, is coming out this year, and Xenoblade Chronicles coming out in May. Besides that, we knew of nothing. We knew of none of the actual big titles that were coming out in 2020, and we assumed that this was just because of the virus. We know of games that Nintendo is probably going to have this year. For example, pretty much everyone is convinced that Super Mario 3D World Deluxe will be coming out sometime this year, along with those other Mario remasters. There was also a really recent heavy rumor that Pikmin 3 Deluxe will be coming out sometime this year. So yeah, there are games that we're pretty sure they're gonna have, but we don't exactly know when they're gonna come because Nintendo hasn't announced pretty much anything. We assumed that this was because they were saving for an all-out like Nintendo Direct where they were gonna overview everything for this year, and that Direct never happened. We assumed it would be in March. That didn't happen. We got a Nintendo Direct Mini, but it barely announced anything for first-party titles. We assumed that we'd be getting an E3 Direct, but then recent rumors stated that Nintendo's not having anything in the months of June or July, so well, that's kind of unfortunate. And for people who are saying, oh, you're just being impatient, blah, 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 like you can't wait for Nintendo to announce something. It's not that we can't wait for the announcement, it's we don't want to wait longer to play the game, because prior to Paper Mario The Origami King, announcing a game and then releasing it a couple months after is basically unheard of. You normally have to wait, I'd say, at least 4 months, an average of probably 6 or 9 months, from announcing a game in the first ever trailer for it to releasing it. For example, Animal Crossing, we had to wait basically like over a year because of that delay. Look at a big holiday game like Smash Bros. Ultimate. We saw Smash Bros. Ultimate for the first time March of 2018, and then it released December of 2018. So a solid 9-month window. Even games that do have short reveal to releases, for example, Super Mario Party in 2018 was announced in June for the first time, and then it was released at the start of October. However, that was still a 4-month window. To my knowledge, we've never seen something like this 2-month gap. So people weren't just upset that we weren't getting any news, we were upset that because we weren't getting any news, that would mean that we're not getting any games, because we assumed they'd have to wait at least 4 months after announcing a game. But now that that's out the window, I mean, it's a very exciting time to be a fan. Couple that with the fact that Nintendo can just announce a game apparently without any warning at any time, and it's not like this is a small game they announced, like this is a full $60 retail title. It's in the Paper Mario franchise, which I mean, it hasn't been super popular as of late, but it's always been one of Nintendo's, like, you know, it's been one of the bigger franchises, I'd say. I probably don't even need to mention this because I'm sure you guys have put 2 and 2 together, but it's pretty easy to guess that all of these new changes are stemming from COVID-19. Nintendo doesn't want to talk about games when they're not sure that they can, you know, finish them in time. With developers working from home and the overall workflow slowing down, Nintendo's just not sure how productive their teams are going to be. And unlike other studios, Nintendo never does crunch time or anything like that. There was an awesome interview with the developers of Luigi's Mansion 3 Next Level Games where they basically said that Nintendo was super kind and allowed them to release the game whenever they wanted to release the game. So Nintendo's not going to announce a release date early just to, you know, put pressure on a team, because that's just not really the Nintendo way. So instead they're doing this new thing where they essentially announce a release date when I assume the game is essentially finished, like they did here with Paper Mario. That way there's no added stress added onto the development team because the game is basically already finished anyway, so adding on a release date really doesn't affect development. Okay, so hopefully I explained why I think they're doing this and why I think they will continue to do this for other games this year, but now I want to mention briefly what to expect for the rest of 2020. While on top of Nintendo just randomly announcing games via Twitter instead of waiting for big Nintendo Directs, I think we can expect pretty much one big Twitter announcement per month. I think for May it was obviously Paper Mario. June I'm pretty sure we'll get something related to the Smash Bros DLC. We also might get an overview trailer for Paper Mario. In July we're gonna get a new game announcement. What this game will be, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it'll be Pikmin 3 Deluxe launching in August. It seems crazy to say that they'd announce a game in July and then release it in August, but if they're willing to announce a brand new game and release it 2 months later, I really think a 1-month turnaround is possible for just a deluxe port. That takes us all the way to August, where we could get another Nintendo Direct. I think that makes the most sense because they're going to want to announce their holiday game a bit earlier, because even though this, 2-month cycle, it could work pretty well for Paper Mario, whatever their big holiday game is, they're going to want to kind of have it announced for a while just so people can get excited about it. But yeah, that's what I think we can expect for the rest of 2020. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and if you made it this far, pressing the like button on the video helps a lot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and with that out of the way, I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop signing off. Peace.